At 3:50 in the morning, inside a quiet church in Texas, security cameras captured something no one expected. A figure walking through the hallway, opening doors, looking inside rooms, wearing police tactical gears. But there was one problem. They weren't a police officer, and they weren't supposed to be there. Minutes later, fitness instructor Missy Bevers walked into that same building. She never walked back out. Years later, the person in that video still hasn't been identified. Before she became the center of a mystery, Missy Bevers was known for something else: energy, kindness, commitments. She was born in Texas. Friends remembered her as outgoing. She grew into someone people naturally trusted, someone people followed, someone people depend on. Later in life, she married Brendan Beavers, raised three daughters, and created a routine centered around family. But Missy also had another passion: fitness. She eventually became an instructor. Her classes started before sunrise, and still people showed up because of her. April 17, 2016, the night before everything changed. Storms moved across Texas, heavy rain, lightning. Most people stayed at home, but Missy was preparing for her early morning workout class. She almost never cancelled sessions. Even during bad weather, her students expected her to be there, and she planned to arrive early like always. What she didn't know was that someone else had already had the same plan. But before Missy arrived at Creekside Church of Christ, someone entered the building. Security cameras recorded this moment step by step, door by door. They were not rushing, they were not hiding, they looked comfortable, almost confident. Like they belonged there, except they didn't. They opened doors randomly, looked around hallways, walked through empty classrooms. They didn't steal anything, they didn't take electronics, they didn't take money, they just kept walking, waiting. Around 4:20 that morning, Missy arrived at church. Her students were still on their way. The rain outside continued. The parking lot was nearly empty. Inside the building, the person from the security footage was still there, somewhere waiting. Minutes later, Missy encountered them. It was the last time she was seen alive. When students arrived for class, something felt wrong immediately. The room wasn't prepared. Instead, they found her injured inside the church. Emergency responders arrived quickly, but the danger had already been done. Missy Bevers was gone, and investigators now had a mystery on their hands because they already knew something important. The killer had been inside the building before she arrived. At first glance, the suspect looked like a police officer: helmet, vest, gloves, tactical gears, but investigators confirmed something disturbing. The uniform was fake. Someone had dressed that way on purpose to avoid recognition and possibly to control situation if they encountered someone inside the building, which meant this wasn't random, this was planned. Investigators noticed something unusual in footage. Suspect walked slow, heavy, distinct. Some observers believed the movement suggested an injury. Others suggested the suspect might be a female. Police never confirmed either, but they did confirm something else. The walk was important because someone out there might recognize it. Around the time of attack, a vehicle was seen near church. Investigators searched for information about Nissan spotted nearby. Police believed the driver might be connected or might have seen something important, but the identity of that driver was never confirmed publicly, and mystery continued. Shortly before her death, Missy received a strange message on LinkedIn. Investigators examined whether it was connected to the crime, but they never revealed what the message said or who sent it, which only deepened the mystery. Investigators began asking one question: was Missy the intended target, or nothing was stolen? The suspect arrived early, and suspect wore a fake suit. The details suggested something chilling. This wasn't random. Someone expected her to be there. Online speculations grew quickly. Some people compared the suspect's walk to Randy Bevers, but police never charged him, and no confirmed evidence connected him to the crime. Investigators also confirmed Missy's husband had been somewhere else at that night, which left one terrifying possibility. The killer planned this carefully and escaped unnoticed. Someone entered the church before sunrise. They walked the hallways, they opened doors, they waited, and then Missy Bevers arrived. Years later, the person in that footage still hasn't been identified who was already inside the church that morning.